It is Monday, April 14th. This is the Automotive State of the Union, and no, your eyes or ears do not deceive you. I am in person this morning on a Monday with Michael Cirillo.
Are you guys ready for a Monday with Michael?
I don't know, actually, if I can answer that question. I'll tell you in about 13 minutes.
Everyone in the office saw what they thought was me coming in, and they were like,
Is that my
like duck below?
All of a sudden, the Gophers and the partitions, everybody ducks down a little bit. Man, it's Monday. I'm so glad you got into Syracuse last night. Good flight. I think you rode in the only cab in Syracuse.
Yeah, good flights. Good flights.
Yes.
I was coming from Canada, right? And so,
even though it is only about 3.5 hours. What part of Canada?
Edmonton.
Okay.
Or as they call it there, Sledmonton.
Okay.
But it was delightful. But I mean, we're talking about to get just to Syracuse from Edmonton. It is Edmonton to Denver. You make it to like Rio de Janeiro for a late connection, up to Chicago, down to Dulles, and then up to Syracuse. You're like, where did I go? I was like,
how many flights did you take?
4.
Oh, I thought you were exaggerating. Oh my goodness. You're so used to this.
The best part of it is not just getting your steps in, but getting to your next flight completely drenched.
Oh, and then you sit down next to the person. You're like, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I smell wet.
That's terrible, dude. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. Well, the reason you're in town, and Kyle will actually be here in a matter of an hour and a half from Nashville this morning, is because the three of us are going to be heading out tomorrow morning, bright and early. Like it's one of those it's a man's flight, right? Like we're going to be on the ground in New York City by 7:30 a.m. So, and you're on Central Time, so you got even another hour disadvantage there.
I'll be in bed by 4:30 this afternoon.
But that's we're going to be covering the JD Power Auto Forum, which is the day before the New York Auto Show. And then we're also going to Cars.com's evening event. Yeah. And we're going to be hearing from a lot of great speakers, obviously recording a lot of content, trying to bring you as much as we possibly can from the event. We went last year. It was a great time. It was a great show. Have you been to this event before?
I haven't been to this one. I was just up at the Toronto Auto Show. I mean, that's the biggest one up there.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of excited to contrast this.
Well, you're not going to get to see the auto show.
Okay.
Well, spoiler alert. We're going to be the day before the auto show. We'll probably see
one of those things where your family's like, why do you go on so many vacations? And you're like, to hotel rooms. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the biggest misnomers of traveling. A lot of people, you get to go all these interesting places. Like I see airports, insides of Ubers, hotels, conference rooms, freeze my butt off, even when it's 98 degrees outside. And then I go back to the airport exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
A good time.
It is a good time.
We'll be there.
We sure will be there. Look, the big news, and we are less than 30 days away now from ASOTU, May 13th through 15th in Hanover, Maryland. Get your tickets while you still can. Book your hotels while you still can. We have an opening keynote speaker, which I think is going to set off the best opening we've ever had to the show in our, what is this, year 4? Year 5? Year 4.
Year 4?
I mean, we'll call it 4.5.
It's been 3 years, but we've done 4 of them.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's confusing.
There you go.
We've done 4 ASOTUcons in 3 years.
ASOTUcon.
Yes, we are. I don't think we're announcing the speaker just now. Well, are we?
We can.
We're going to announce it right now. We said we're going to announce it. I didn't know exactly when, but we are going to have Claude Silver, Chief Heart Officer of VaynerX, really close ties to the beginning of the ASOTU community, but she oversees thousands of employees in multiple countries, has been worked hands-on some of the biggest brands in the world, and now helps Gary Vaynerchuk cultivate that organization to be a people thriving first. So when people are thriving, your business and your industry thrives. I can't wait to hear what she brings to us in the opening session of ASOTUcon. We're starting off with a baller.
I know. Can I use my controversial statement of the day on this?
Oh,
one?
if you want to use it at 9:30 a.m.
I have to, because here's what I love about this. There is something, and we'll get to the news, but there is something that is more costly to businesses and dealerships than these tariffs, and it is disengaged employees.
Wow.
And they're the ones that are going to stick around a lot longer than the tariffs will. And so now here we have Claude, the Chief Heart Officer. I know you know her quite well. I've gotten to know her a little bit. I've had her on our other show, The Dealer Playbook. Her mind around people is second to none. I've never heard somebody quite articulate how she engages with people quite like this. You're not going to want to miss that because, like I said, that's my controversial opinion of the day. Your people are going to be in your organization a lot longer than the tariffs are.
That's true.
And disengaged employees are costing multiples on their salary.
Mm.
And imagine what would happen if you got them engaged, and she's going to reveal that.
I'm glad you burnt that one this morning.
Yeah, good one.
It
Right?
shouldn't be controversial.
Sometimes it's not that
controversial. No, it shouldn't be controversial if it is. But one of the things I love about Claude too is that she's just been in so many high-level conversations around business and marketing and strategy and the numbers. So you need somebody like that who can tie the two together. That way you're not floating somewhere in the stratosphere just talking about, sunshine and lollipops. You're actually figuring out, like, how does this help us make a better business and translate to the bottom line?
Isn't that an old song you just...
Sunshine, lollipops, and
rainbows and tariff talking.
Okay. Cue the canes and the hats, right? All right, let's talk about some news today. A secretive EV startup based in Michigan is gaining attention fast, funded by, you may have heard this name before, Jeff Bezos, and stocked with talent from Ford, GM, Harley-Davidson, Stellantis. They're called Slate Auto, and they're taking a bold swing at building a $25,000 electric pickup. Wow. That founded in 2022, actually, via Rebuild Manufacturing, Slate has already raised over $100 million and closed the Series B round. Company targeting late 2026 production near their Indianapolis plant, building a minimalist two-seater pickup truck. I really hope it's a bench seat. Slate's strategy flips the usual EV script: start affordable and scale with accessory, not starting with luxury trims and scaling backwards. Product roadmap includes personalization, merchandise, and Slate University for customer-led upgrades. Here's a quote: "We build it, you make it." It's the company's trademark mission to empower buyers with customization.
You don't think this is going to be like one of those accessibility scooters that looks like a truck?
No, what are those really popular, like, little Japanese trucks that are coming out right now?
Yeah.
And they were showing them, what are they called? They're amazing. Just small Japanese truck. Like, look at it, and some of them now have a motorcycle in the back.
Interesting. Okay, very well. Maybe it is.
I think it'll be bigger than that. I think it'll be maybe like the size of like a Ford Ranger.
Okay.
But I mean if it's going to be a two-seater, right, you're already taking out so many configuration options. And I mean, we're trying to get a $25,000 vehicle, period.
Hey, but if it is a bench, the configuration option they just added back is the drive with
the
whole drive.
Yeah.
Put your arm around your wife while you're out.
Literally, I would buy a vehicle. At first, they announced the Cybertruck was going to have a middle seat.
Huh.
But the bench in the middle would be a total game changer because a three-seater.
I hope it's a small truck because I want to see you driving.
No, I don't look that big in a truck.
You're gonna be head against it.
No, I know, but we'll see. I mean, $25,000, Jeff Bezos, there is no joke when he's behind something. And I've never heard of Amazon manufacturing vehicles, although we've been talking a lot about them getting into the car business on the sales side. So can you imagine like the buy now button on this? If you can configure it, like I can already picture it in my mind.
It's the right price point. And I mean, we're seeing this in Europe already. You can what's the brand? Ligier, right? It's a town car. You actually don't even need a driver's license for these things. And they're all over the place in Europe.
Do you need a driver's license everywhere in Europe?
I don't know.
Apparently. But not for this.
Well, yeah, especially think about the accessibility for maybe teens driving to school who don't quite have a driver's license yet. They can drive one of these.
That's not terrifying.
Yeah, not terrifying
not at all.
Or
speaking of tariffs,
segue.
That's good.
Thank you.
Let's keep moving. Polestar. So a lot of competitors are coming out with Tesla Conquest lease deals. However, Polestar is going big to lure Tesla owners, offering a jaw-dropping $20,000 incentive. This may be the biggest incentive this industry's ever seen for drivers to lease the new Polestar 3 luxury EV crossover, and the offer is good through the end of March. Wait a minute. How old is this article?
I don't know.
Is this supposed to be April? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I think
it's supposed to be April.
It is. How did we miss this for 2 weeks? This is a Ron Burgundy moment where I'll read anything that's on the screen. And the funny part is, between me seeing this on LinkedIn and then searching a story for it and reading it, flipping it to Nathan, our producer, who then made it into show notes.
I love it.
It got to this point right here.
You heard it here second, folks.
You heard it here last. Well,
I wonder how they did.
I mean, we should just call Matt Haken on the phone right now. Be like, did you lease any of these things? So basically, they gave a $15,000 clean vehicle incentive and $5,000 conquest bonus. Only applied to the new 2025 Polestar 3s. Had to take delivery from existing inventory. And what was like the final price on this thing?
I don't know, but I love how you just dynamically changed everything to past.
What are you gonna do? It's the hard hitting news. Can you imagine if? I mean, what do you think they do in the stock market every day when the market's closed? They talk about what happened.
Yeah, there. See, exactly. Just pretend
You're literally crying right now. Yeah.
Well, the MSRP of a
He's
Polestar
skimming
is
through now.
67.5.
He's
MSRP 67.5. So-
20 grand would get you down to 47.5.
Okay, so they took it off
I
the
mean,
top
that's
of the
good.
lease. They didn't apply it to the lease. Okay. They're trying to go against the Model Y. By the way, I did see a brand new Model Y. They did the refresh.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
I did see that. Yeah.
It's funny. It actually looks. Funny thing is, BYD copied Tesla, and now it kind of feels like Tesla might be copying design cues from BYD.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
Interesting.
on to some news that didn't happen in the past. Got our time machine back
I mean,
out.
I guess it kind of all technically happened in the past.
All of this? Nope, not this one. Speaking of the future, GM's hitting the brakes on production of its all-electric BrightDrop van in its Ontario facility. You're a countryman. Due to soft demand, despite deep discounts and compelling incentives that still make it a standout EV deal, production at the Cami assembly plant will pause today.
Oh.
I thought it was the past. I mean, the future, but it's actually the current. Pausing today, remaining idle until October
Whoa.
of this year for retooling. I wonder what else they're going to make there. The move affects nearly 500 workers, drops the plant to a single shift post relaunch. Only 274 BrightDrop vans were sold in Q1 2025, which is a 7% increase still year over year. The announcement follows market jitters caused by tariff threats and broader EV hesitations. Here's a quote from Unifor President Lana Payne. It's a crushing blow to hundreds of working families in Ingersoll. You familiar with this area?
No.
Okay. I meant Canada.
Oh yeah, I love that when people are like, "Hey, wait, you're from Canada? You know the Smith family from Ingersoll?" You're like, that's 4,000 miles away." They're like, "So do you then?"
So is that a yes?
Is that a yes? I've never heard of Ingersoll. You know, okay. I'm using my tomorrow's controversial opinion of the day.
Oh boy, burning through two at once.
Today. Yeah, I'm only allowed one a day, but today I'm pulling tomorrow's out. Here's the thing. Imagine when people walked everywhere thousands of years ago, and then they came out with the chariot. People were like, no. There was volatility. People were like, I don't know what to make of this. Is it going to go? Is it not going to go?
Mm-hmm.
There were probably commentators back then who were like, oh, so now what's going to happen to our sandal business? People aren't going to be walking as much. Will they even need sandals? We're in one of those pivotal moments, right? And this happened around horse and buggy time into Model T time.
Mm-hmm.
Like anytime civilization goes through a period of adjustment, you're going to have spill off like this.
Yeah.
As things kind of sputter and up and down. And while my heart goes out to the families that are affected, this is what happens when you work in high risk situations like this, or when companies put us into high risk situations. And I don't necessarily blame the families because they have to in order to advance change.
Yeah.
Like it's just the nature of the game. And so similar to the stock market, similar to all these things, it's like, yes, you're losing all your money because you invested in high risk stocks. You should have known the risk before you got into it. You can't really complain if the market's going to sputter. This is the same thing. We still don't know where EVs are going to land. We know that we need to be invested in them in some way, shape, or form. But as we build into it, as it becomes the norm, we're going to see more and more like this. It's just the nature of the game.
It is, which is why pivoting, being nimble on your toes, and actually investing in the people who can actually help you with the pivot. Roll the cue the music. This is not a history lesson. We're futurists now. Oh, thank you so much for joining us here today. You know, two things that are happening right now. One that happened next month, but what will be happening tomorrow is we will be in New York City on the ground at the JD Power Auto Forum. Make sure you say hi if you see us. We'll see you there.